Alright, so my name is Jason, and I'm going to do a little ropes class for my instructor course. I've got a little presentation to show y'all. This is my slides, very sophisticated. We're going to go over the different topics of the rope. We're going to talk about the different types of rope we have. Alright, I'm going to put them out here in the middle so you can see them, because y'all are really interested
You
in
have to
these.
introduce your people like, hey,
Oh yeah, lean in so they can see that everybody's here.
we're all here.
1, 2, 3, and we got 4 cookies right here. Alright, so rope, we have 2 different types of rope that are used in the fire service. Let me see. They can be made of many types of material. I'm pretty much going to read a little bit to you. There's life safety rope. Now, life safety rope is what we have here. It can be used for rescue, and that's pretty much all you're going to use it for. The other type of rope we use is going to be a utility rope, and you're not going to use it to do any rescuing or hanging from. Utility rope are things that you're going to use to raise and lower axes off of, ladders, all stuff. Life safety rope like this, it's going to be used for that one purpose. If you use it for a utility rope, then it could damage the rope. Let's see, NFPA 1983, and it's got a limit on certain types of rope. Like this one's got a weight limit of 300 pounds, so it's only going to be used for one person. There's other rope that's got a weight limit for 2 people, and it goes up to 600 pounds. Life safety rope is going to be a synthetic type rope. It's got an inner core. It's kind of stiff. They say you shouldn't step on it. Step on it. And the reason they say that is because you might have something on your feet, like glass or something, that could poke holes in it and tear it, or just a little information there. Let's see. If the rope fails, you're going to have bigger problems than worrying about a piece of rope that's going to fail. You're going to probably fall or get hurt yourself. After each use, it should be inspected according to the rope's manufacturer and their criteria and what they say the life of it is. If it's used, they say on life safety rope you should get rid of it. Now, if the fire department will actually do that and give us a new piece of rope, then probably not going to happen, because we've all used this once before. When they show us how to use it, we didn't get new ones. Right. So we're going to have different objectives. I'm going to give you a little test at the end. Just three questions. I'm going to show you how to tie a bow line. I'll have one person kind of go over it and show how they did, so I can kind of check them off. And then I've got a written test, but it's going to be super easy if you just pay attention, because I'm pretty good at this. So after I get done, you'll be able to describe the difference between a life safety rope and a utility rope. And they're the most common for as a synthetic rope is what we're going to use. It's got, like I said, it's got an inside core. You check and clean your ropes. All right, life safety rope. Get ready. It's made of continuous filament with a fiber inside without knots or splices in it. The most common type of synthetic fiber is used as nylon for a life safety rope. It's a high melting temperature, which is a good abrasion resistance, and strong and lightweight. Nylon ropes are resistant to most acid and alkalines. Polyester is the most common second used for a synthetic rope. Some life safety ropes are made of a combination of nylon and polyester or other synthetic fibers. Polypropylene is the lightest synthetic rope, and it's light. It's good for water rescue, because they could throw it out in the water. Most of it will float on the water instead of sinking. And it has a low melting point. Let's see. Rope construction. Some ropes are twisted, and laid ropes are made of individual fibers twisted into strands. The strands have been twisted together to make the rope. This method has been used for hundreds of years. Both synthetic and natural fibers can be used to make a twisted rope. Abrasion can damage the rope and fibers. Like I told you, stepping on it could have things in your feet, mess up the rope. Let me see, where am I in my little slideshow here? I'm not doing too good on that. There's that we went over the nylon. So the advantage of it, of a synthetic rope, is it's stronger. Like I said, it'll float on water. It's less absorbent, and it can be washed. Let's see, what else? And you get personal escape rope, which is what this is, that we all have, to provide a method for us to escaping if one of our routes gets blocked. Utility rope, it's going to be used, like I said, to lower tools or equipment or ladders, which I don't think I've ever done. Have you ever done anything like that? Lower ladder?
Not lower, buddy.
Lower axe down?
Yep.
You use the rope to do it, or you just drop it?
Use the rope.
Really? Never done that. Just dropped it. Utility poles, utility ropes. They say also do inspections on those. They say that you're not supposed to use a utility rope for life safety, which I guess if that's all the rope you got, kind of got limited to it. May not be used other than utility applications. And then you should be able to recognize the different types of rope. I don't have a utility rope for you. I guess it's more of a braided rope. It can be made from any types of materials. Going over that. In the past, fire departments used ropes made from natural fibers. Fibers are twisted together from strands, and these strands contain hundreds of individual fibers of different lengths. Today, ropes are made from natural fibers and are still used in utility ropes, but no longer accepted as life safety ropes. Natural fiber ropes can be weakened by mildew with age, even if they're properly stored. And wet manila ropes can absorb 50% of the weight in water, making it pretty heavy. Since nylon was manufactured in 1938, synthetic fibers have been used to make ropes. They do have some drawbacks though. Prolonged exposure to ultraviolet light as well as exposure to strong acids or alkalines can damage the synthetic rope and decrease its life expectancy. Synthetic materials may be highly susceptible to abrasion or cutting. You ever done any kind of rope, like off a bridge or anything like that? Anybody have rope one? No? Braided ropes are constructed by weaving or intertwining strands together. Mantle ropes consist of two distinct parts: the kern, which is the center, and the mantle, which is outside. The kern is the center of the rope, and it provides about 70% of the strength, and the mantle, which is the outside, is braided, covering that protects the core from dirt and abrasion. Only about 30% of the strength of the rope comes from the outside, so pretty much all the strength is on the inside of the rope. This is just kind of covered and protected. Each fiber in the kern extends for the entire length of the rope without knots or splices. So a rope can either be dynamic or static, depending on how it's going to be used. A dynamic rope is designed to be elastic and stretch when it's loaded. A static rope will not stretch under load. The difference between a dynamic and static rope results in both fibers used in construction method. A dynamic rope is usually used in safety lines for mountain climbing because it will stretch and cushion the shock at the time it falls. A static rope, which is what we use, is more susceptible to fire rescue where the falls. If you fall, it's not going to be like a bungee cord, I guess. Okay. All right. All right, rope maintenance. All ropes, especially for life safety ropes, need proper care. Maintenance is necessary for all kinds of equipment. There are 4 parts to the maintenance of your rope: is the care, clean, inspect, and store. You must follow certain principles to preserve the strength and integrity of the rope. Protect the rope from sharp and abrasive surfaces. Use edge protection, like say a jacket or your turnout coat or something like that, put over there so you don't rock back and forth and tear it, because like I said, the only outside of it is just protecting. So if you start tearing that, you can tear the inside. Protect from the prolonged exposure to sunlight. It can damage it. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations. Synthetic ropes can be washed with a mild soap and water. I guess you could brush them off with a brush, lay them out, brush them off, or I guess you could probably put them in a mesh bag and throw them in the wash machine. Make it fairly easy, I would think. Do not pack a wet or damp rope. Don't use bleach, because bleach will dry it out. Life safety ropes must be inspected after each use. Unopened, unused ropes should be inspected at a regular schedule, which I don't think I've ever inspected the rope. Once it goes in the pocket, it just stays in the pocket. Because you cannot see the inner core, feel for any depressions, flat spots, or lumps on the inside. Examine the sheath of any discoloration, abrasions, or flat spots. If you have any doubt whether the rope has been damaged, consult with your company officer. Life safety rope that can no longer be used must be destroyed. In some cases, it can be used as a utility rope, which is probably what they do with all our stuff. I said each inspection should be recorded. Proper care will ensure a lifelong and reduce the chance of equipment failure and accidents. Alright, they say that there's 8 simple knots to know. I'll show you one. The safety knot, which is an overhand knot, just tied at the end of the regular knot so it don't slip through. The half hitch, the clove hitch, the figure 8, pretty much you can figure out what that is. It's just an 8. Figure 8 on a bike, figure 8 on a follow through, and a bow line, and a sheep bend or a becket bend. And they gave me a little thing to show you a bow line. It's also used to form a loop, and you can once you do a bow line, you can pull on it, and it's just going to get tighter. But when you go to untie it, it's pretty much going to be loose, and it doesn't take anything to undo one. And you make it on a loop, and then you like boating people, who usually use those, and they'll throw them over the side, hook it on something so the boat won't float off. It's just really easy to undo once you get it in. Anybody knows what a safety knot is? We won't go over that. All right. All right, who wants to try and tie a little bow line? Good. Thanks for being a volunteer. Let me show you how to before you do it.
Do I have to do it for the camera?
I'm just gonna take my phone. Let me show you how to. Here, I'll film it.
Do I need to do it in front of the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go in, around.
Engine 13, Tower 17,
Good.
Medic
Good.
23,
Man.
39th Avenue,
come
North
on.
and Dr. Walter Davis Boulevard, MGA, on Bravo 2,
Yeah,
Engine
keep it long. Kind of hoping you know how to do it.
Medic 23,
You do it.
39th Avenue,
One-handed, ready?
and Dr. Walter
One-handed, go
Davis
over in.
Boulevard, MBA, on Bravo
And back
2.
through.
That's it. Boom. You ready to go?
What do you think?
Keep on the pad.
That's not the knot I used on his mom last night.
So, see, what else can I go over with you? A little bit of time now. So I said the synthetic rope, the fiber rope, is more resistant to melting and burning. It's less absorbent, but it can be washed. Some will float. Like I said before, the fibers work through the whole thing. Disadvantages is prolonged exposure to ultraviolet light, strong acids or alkalines can damage the rope, and it's susceptible to abrasions and cutting. Let's see, the whole thing, it said a rope may be your only means of accessing a trapped person or your only way to escaping from a fire. Learning about ropes and knots is an important part of training. You must be able to tie the simple knots accurately without hesitation or delay. So there's only a couple of them I think I can tie. This. You want to try to tie a bow line?
She was do a figure eight for you.
You want to do a figure eight for me? All right. Let me see. Sometimes I think doing the double is easier. Go back over, go in through there, check your edit. So go back up through there. Nice. Huh. How about that? Cookie, I know you're pretty good at it.
Not really.
Sometimes I think doing
Hey, Sissy.
bend on one.
We're not.
Wait to pull it up to it's my pretty little
I-
eight.
Yeah.
You say dress it up
Okay.
when you get done. And then
That's it,
tell
exactly.
your little safety to you.
All right, see you shortly. Thank you, bye-bye.
Not much to it. See, the bow line's coming. That go to. See how you do with it. You take and flip it over. You go in, and then you go around, and right back on through.
You're supposed to turn over when you pull it in.
Yeah. So, pretty simple. But going around I always learned how to do it. I remember from the academy going around from one hand and
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
around you
So the loop is over top when you start.
over top, and then you go back in. You do all your fancy dressing and stuff. Yeah. Around the back was probably the easiest one. You just go over and flip your hand in, and then go around it, pass it through, go back in. See? And you can push it down, take it off. But see, it's, as hard as you pull on it,
You won't tighten up on it.
it'll hold it right here, but it'll still come undone. See? Not too shabby, huh? Do you have any questions?
I do not.
No? No? We went over the skills of tying a bow line. Alright. I guess that'll be enough of that. I got a few questions I'm going to ask you. Now listen to the questions very good. I'm going to give you multiple choice answers. The knot which is not secure and must be used in conjunction with other knots is A, the half hitch, B, the figure eight, C, the bow line, D, the sheep bend.
Hey,
A. A, good with it? Alright, good. Yep, A, the half hitch. Of various parts of a rope, the section used for lifting or hoisting is the standing part, B, running part, C, working end, or D, static part.
It's B, isn't it?
B,
B.
Yep, running in, very good. Alright, standard which classifies one person and two person rope is, which NFPA is it? 1001, 1938, 1983, or 1500? A, B, C, or D?
C.
C is right, 1983. Once a life safety rope has been used as a personal escape rope, A, it should be thoroughly inspected before returning to service. B, it must be inspected before carrying a 300-pound rescuer. C, it can be used for rescue evolutions at training drills, but not for emergency situations. Or D, it must be retired from service.
D.
D. Okay, correct. Good job. Good job. All right. I'm gonna get you grab a little pen. I got you a little written test to do if you don't mind. Be real quick. I'll get you a pen. I'm gonna grade them. Make sure you did this right. I'll give you two. You don't want two of them, do you? My other person left. pretty good at this. Any questions?
Engine 23, medic 19, 7575
Hurt.
Conrail Band Boulevard, cross
I'm gonna
out
look it over real quick.
Centennial Boulevard and Conrail Band
I
Circle.
believe y'all both got a
Special
good
needs
grade, huh?
facility.
You take your time, we're gonna get in
On
there.
Bravo
Hey, tie that
2,
knot for me real
engine
quick.
23,
Tie that knot will be
medic
done.
19, 7575 Conrail Band Boulevard, special needs facility, seizure on Bravo 2.
I'm at the bow line, but
That work.
That'll work. Thank you. All right, gotta go.